Well, good morning, gang. Another day here, Trash is Treasures. Cold outside this morning, only 40-some degrees here in the shop. It's chilly. But, sorry about yesterday. I made multiple smaller videos. They're actually sitting on the phone. I can't figure out how to get them over onto my YouTube channel. I know I said I was going to do a little bit of some chalk paint here for people like me who's never done chalk paint before, but all I can do at this point is till this old man gets better with technology, and I suck. But I'll tell you what I think anyway. It was not just like painting anything else. It wasn't as thick as I thought after watching all those videos. I was thinking it was going to be more like a paste. Yeah, it's thicker than regular paint, but I mean, a few sprays from a water bottle and stuff, and it's just basically like painting any other paint, and no big deal. I played with a lot of different combos, and when stuff's dried, I was trying little designs, some freehand stuff, rubbing a little bit of stain on some stuff here and there, just playing with it, and that's all I was doing, and really didn't come up with a whole ton of stuff that I liked. I know I'm more of a wood and a stain guy. I got to be a little more open-minded because it's the in thing, and people like this or that, and it's not all about me, right? I got to find my happy spot in there because I got to enjoy what I'm doing, and I got to like what I'm doing, and that's what makes a piece of peace, is when you can put your passion because you're just loving what you're doing. And you know, the chalk paint is just a kind of a plain Jane thing to me. So I want to get a little more into stencil and something. I got to spruce it up. I got to make it a little more pizzazz instead of blah, in my mind. Anyway, that's just my feelings on this stuff. You can take that for what it's worth. Again, sorry about that point, but I'll flip this. I'll show you about what I got going. At least a little bit I got done yesterday. Now, I did get the school chair done, and it was kind of my experimental piece on multiple stuff. I decided to give it a little ABC, and I had to add something. Now I have to wax this yet, and they say wait 24 hours, so this afternoon I'll put some clear wax on it and see how it finishes up, and I'll show you that. I had these couple of old end tables, and I put some of this, it's kind of like an off-white. I know my lighting and stuff in here is not the easiest to show you on some of it, but and I got to come up with something on here to break up some of this white. In my mind, just plain Jane white side tables. At this point, I don't know, it doesn't trip my trigger. What do you guys think? Opinions. I did put another coat on this, and it's going to get me to another topic. Now, I had some cracks on this table, and I used wood filler, and you can see the white filler line, which is something I ran into before, something I didn't like before. Even a couple of, you can see the differences in where the couple of little finished nail heads and stuff were, and I wanted to try to make everything smooth, which is fine, except, you know, that wood filler just pops out that whitish look. It just does not take stain. And this is a different type of stain. This is a stain in urethane mix that Minwax makes. It's the first time I've done this. I mean, I'm okay with it so far. Although they do say do it thin, and they mean thin, because this stuff will run on you in a heartbeat. But I don't know how I feel about this. Again, what are your guys' feelings on this? Because this is that table I'm going to chalk paint the bottom of, and I did this cherry on top, and I don't know if I don't know. I just don't know in my mind of whether I'm going to live with that or not. But I got to still figure that one out in my brain. You know, this one's been around forever. I did finally get it all put together. I don't know if I showed this or not, but I will here so you can see how this little side table is all together. And I still have to cut out the front crane head over there. I got to make that and get that other side fixed on this. So I'm going to chalk paint the bottom of this eventually. I will be getting to that. Other things I worked on yesterday. I worked on the lock here to the baby trunk. Now, baby trunk's lock small. I don't know if you can get a picture of this on just how big this key is. Not that big. Now, down here was just not quite, this out of my stash, big enough to trip this. Of course, this was also rusted and everything inside, so I ended up wire brushing and everything and getting it, and I got it moving back and forth finally, and went up, and Eddie Moore, thank you much, bless his heart, laid a bead of weld on the bottom tip of that key. You know, I tried to file her down there the best I could. I ain't gonna say she's the prettiest in the world. She locks real easily now. Unlocking, you have to play with it a little bit. I don't know if that's good or bad, but so far that's about the best I can get it. But you can lock it and you can unlock it. But unlocking it, you have to finagle with it a little bit to get it to unlock. Now, whether Terry wants to lock it and finagle with it, but at least you can. And also, if you remember the top of baby trunk, she was split, which is what I wish I would have remembered and took the time to go back and sand out all that other wood filler. My own homebrew filler like I did on Dale's trunk that had all them splits. Because when I stain this and that, you can't see it when you do this tight this way. And if you're Mary, pay attention, Mary. We take the sawdust out of my orbital sander that catches it very well in the bag, and I keep a bag of it, and then Elmer's wood glue. I mix some of that dust in the Elmer's wood glue. Now it soaks it right up, so you're only going to be able to do a very little bit of a dab at a time. So it's time consuming, but boy, it looks, once I get it sanded down, and you'll have to sand it down with 80 grit because it's like sanding iron, but it's good, solid, strong, and it blends in very well once it stains. I had to pick up, of course, I think we talked before about the hinge on the back of baby trunk. This was the one that actually still worked. The other one was all rusted, froze solid, and I tried to beat it to death and penetrating the wheel to try to salvage it. I could not, so I had to make a run for some supplies. I decided to go with that kind of hinge. It's a little more decorative as far as that goes. Now I will be painting them black. Also, I picked up some stripped aluminum here because the banding going around here, and this is something I have not done before as far as drawing aluminum. I'm going to go with aluminum because I know it's going to last forever. It's a little more lightweight, and it's more pliable as far as bending and stuff, because these were the only pieces I could salvage off the old stuff. But you can see how bad a shape it is, and most of it was all rusted through, just completely disintegrated. Some pieces of it weren't even there. So I'm going to make my own. So I got to make that stuff for that also. So I'm going to park the chalk paint pieces, and I am going to get the sanding on the baby trunk. So I hear through the grapevine that in June there's going to be some auctions. Yay! That makes the trash man happy. Maybe we get some yard sales going too. Huh? You know, being unemployed and got this time, you know, and doing these projects and trying to make a go at this, and hopefully, you know, we'll get some of that going and get some stuff and some more interesting pieces in here and get some stuff flipped. I need to get some stuff sold, I know that. Got to keep it all rolling. One more tip and something I didn't think about. We talked about that little school desk there when I did that, about the initials and the carvings, and I forgot to take a scraper along with you if you ever go to do one of these, because I think I had to scrape off about 8, 9 chunks of chewing gum. Just one of them things that makes you go, no, we never did that either. Right? So everybody have a great day. Peace out.